At the mention of Singapore Airlines, most Singaporeans think of the elegant stewardesses clad in the iconic sarong kebaya. But what do the SQ girls do after they quit flying? And what did they learn from their years as an SIA girl? Does it set them apart from the crowd and help them go places? In this second clip, we hear from Ivy Wee.
Hi, my name is Ivy Wee. I have been an SIA girl from 1998 to 2006. After a bit of struggling, yes, today I'm the proud owner of Poppy on 46 Club Street.
35-year-old Ivy was turned down on her first attempt at becoming a stewardess for Singapore Airlines when she tried just after her A-levels, so she tried again after she graduated from university in the midst of a financial crisis, and this time she succeeded. Despite having a Bachelor of Arts in Economics, Ivy chose to join Singapore Airlines as a cabin crew just for a few years before going back to where her degree took her. Or so she thought.
When I graduated, it was the Asian financial crisis. It was quite difficult to get a job. And I would say that the airline pay was attractive at that point in time. I mean, how do you get to fly for free and travel to as many places as you could? So, yeah, I thought, it makes sense, After all, I could be working my ass off 9 to 5 or 9 to 9 and earn very little and then save a lot just to go for one Europe trip. I get to travel all the time. So I thought, maybe I told my dad I'll do it for a year or two. That year or two just to have a little bit of fun and then get back to banking. Based on what I studied.
Well, that year or two turned out to be 8.5 years.
I ended up flying for 8.5 years.
Oh, wow.
It was quite a deciding point because then I was about, I don't mind revealing, I was about close to 30. And it's as a matter of if you complete another 1.5 years, you get another 25 grand of gratuity. But I figured waiting for 1.5 years means that I could potentially lose out the opportunities that's on ground. As you're getting older, people expect you to be starting a family, getting married and blah, and you may not be so focused or committed to a career. So, and I said, 25 grand is something that is worth giving up if at least I have more time to explore my potential, or I don't even know what I'm capable of, to explore what I could really do on ground. We get too comfortable in the airline.
After she quit flying, Ivy landed herself a job in a bank after sending out just a few resumes thanks to her degree. However, her body could not take the stress she faced having to deal with deadlines and sales quotas.
I was pretty stressed out with work then. It's I lost weight. Naturally, every girl's dream to lose weight. I never lost that much weight within 6 months, 6 kilos, that kind of thing. And I realized I didn't enjoy it. I had a lot of big dreams when I joined the bank. I figured that I want to make my mark and I want to, shine my career, which I think I could. But I just couldn't take, my body just couldn't take the stress.
Not wanting to struggle further, Ivy set out to become her own boss by starting her own pub.
I'm quite interested in alcohol, liquor. I studied wines when I was in SQ. That values add, and prior to that, I was no experience and all. Even running an F&B outlet like this, no prior experience. But then again, I figured the knowledge with winemaking and wines, whiskies and all do help me out a little bit. And it's life is short. You don't dare to take risks when you're younger. As you grow older, you realize that, you got nothing to lose. You are armed with a little bit of the finance, you are armed with a little bit of the experience and things that you realize you don't really need your degree to fall back on, and just give it a try.
Like other ex-SQ girls, Ivy has also dealt with negative stereotyping of former Singapore Airlines stewardesses.
People have the impression that, we are very easygoing. There's a lot of stories about, the SQ girls are sleeping around, or they only want money, they go for rich guys, whatsoever. But in the contrary, no, I spent 8.5 years. There are a lot of very down to earth. We just can't help it if there's a couple of black sheeps who sort of give the airline crew a bad name. They think that we are very, promiscuous or whatsoever, but it's just not true. I think it's personal image. If you really want people to see you in a serious manner, like here, we could have entertained clients in a very friendly manner to the extent sometimes they cross the line. But the thing is you have to behave in such a manner that you command a certain kind of respect, that this is where we draw the line. We like you as clients, but we are not bar waitresses or people that you pay and sort of to have fun. So, and I guess if you learn how to say no properly without offending, then usually they take the cue and they know how to behave.
And what advice does Ivy have for aspiring SQ girls?
If you have to go in, you make sure that you are picking up all the right things, street smart enough, and don't stray. It's very easy to fall in the comfort zone. It's good experience, but don't stay too long.
Coming up next, we meet Jacqueline, another ex-SQ girl who became the Director of Advertising at Discovery Channel.